Today I'm going to go over East West by the Butterfield Band. So thank you guys for your requests. As always, please check out our YouTube channel, so youtube.com/guitar control. And thank you. I'm going to make sure you guys can see me and that we're all good, that you can hear me, and I'm going to teach you some of the licks that are used in the intro of this song. So let me make sure that you can see me. Oh, 1 second. All right. Cool. Awesome. Hi, Kane. Let me see if Facebook is good. And yeah, thank you guys for these requests. This is such a cool one. So as always, we'll do the normal lesson, and then we'll do just a little bit of a Q&A at the end. So I'm going to start by showing you the rhythm that's going behind it. So let's make sure. I don't know if you guys have heard this song. I hadn't heard it before, so it's really cool. Cool. I think we are good to go. Awesome. So I start with this cool little lick into this rhythm part, and I repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So it goes like this. And then, so I like to start with a slide. I take my ring finger and I slide on the 5th string, 10th fret to the 12th fret. Remember, whenever you're sliding somewhere, it's just a suggested note to slide to because you're not actually hearing that one ring out. It's just a suggested one, but let's give it a shot. So, I mean, I wouldn't go from way far away, but yeah, I would go from about 10, slide to 12. Remember, a slide when you put the pressure down, and it's like someone pushed your hand over. And he's going to use a lot of slides too in his phrasing, which is really cool. It's something that I like to do too. So I think that's awesome. Let's try that first lick, and go ahead and grab your guitars if you haven't already. Then, because I use my ring finger, my pointer's already hovering over the next note that I need. So I slide, and then on the 10th fret, 4th string, I pick that note once, and then I use my ring finger to pick the 12th fret, 4th string. So it's just, and it falls right into that triad. So, and it kind of has this little rock vibe to it, even though it's, you know, more of a bluesy jazz song. So let me make sure Facebook is good. It always takes a little bit longer on Facebook. So if you ask me a question or anything on Facebook and I don't answer, try and ask it again, because I can only see about 5 comments at a time. And for some reason, it just takes longer on Facebook than it does on YouTube. Let's see. Cool. All right. It should be reloading. Cool. Yes, so that rhythm part is really fun. And remember, this kind of thing, I know there's a few different versions too where they improvise and everything. So I would, you know, use this as a jam track too. So use it as something to jam with your friends and make up your own leads and kind of in the style of. Cool. Yay. All right, it's working. 2 a.m. Remy, could I play some My Wabo riffs? I know somebody in the house that can. That's awesome. Clearview. Hi, Tony. Hi, Raymond. Hi, Remy. Hi, Mark. Awesome. Cool. If you request it, maybe they'll assign it to me. Pretty sure I would be able to learn it exactly the way that it's played. All right, so let's check that out. I'll tell Steve and Remy. That's cool. All right, so and I typically have a little bit more of a rock vibe just in my playing in general, so you don't have to do that much of that vibe, but I think it does sound pretty cool in this song. So it's a little jumpy, right? And I do that kind of staccato rhythm by lifting up my fingers slightly and just slightly muting it. So everything that I play, I always try to make everything fall into place. And I think most guitar players do this too. But if you don't, it's a good suggestion because it just helps everything line up. So by using my ring finger here, you know, like when I very first teach people, they're always asking, like, do I have to use that finger or this or that? And, you know, it is all just suggestions, but it's educated suggestions. So ones that I always wish that I listened to my teachers when I first started, because I felt like I had to backtrack later on and then get everything back up, and it's better just do it all at once. So because I use that ring finger here, my pointer here, my ring finger here, I I just fall right into place when I grab my triad. So I bar with my pointer the third, second, and first string. So. And that is what all the leads are going to go on top of. So make sure you get that part down, and then let's work on some of these licks. And I really want to focus on making sure that you guys take these licks as inspiration to do your own licks, because, you know, I think that's what these guys are doing too. Guys and girls, but guys in this band. But that's what you should be doing too. Thanks, Thomas. Play some ZZ Top. That is actually, you guys are all suggesting other bands, which is cool. This is the topic that got picked this week. So definitely please list all your suggestions, because we are taking your guys' topics. And you'll see them in videos that either I'm doing or other teachers on our site are doing, either as a YouTube video or in these live streams. So definitely leave suggestions for more live streams. It's been awesome. So please, suggestions on anything, technique questions, theory questions, whatever you guys want. Chicken picking. We kind of did that before, but that would be a good one. Yes, so let's take a look at this. Oh, it's weird. Cool. Hey, John. No worries. And remember, John just said, sorry I'm late. If you're late, these will be on our YouTube channel. So again, make sure you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/guitarcontrol, and try and click that bell so you can subscribe to our notifications, and you'll get a notification sent straight to your phone or your computer when we have a new video up. And there's also like playlists of me and Robert and John and Sean and all of the teachers on our site. So there's playlists of our lessons in particular, or categories, so rock, other things like that too. So make sure you check that out. Okay, cool. Awesome. So now let's go over some of these licks. So this isn't actually a song that's typically all over the internet, so I just kind of listened to it and figured out what he was doing on this YouTube version that I was listening to. So let's go ahead and look at that. And hopefully whoever suggested this is here so you can learn your song. But if you're not, of course, our YouTube channel again. So let's see. Jam. I can jam at the end. In need of the help. Okay, so David just asked about Voodoo Child. I did a lesson video for that for Guitar Control. So go ahead and go to Guitar Control, or go to YouTube or our website, so guitarcontrol.com or youtube.com/guitarcontrol. If you search my name, Stephanie Pickard, and Voodoo Child, my lesson should pop up, and there's tabs too. But I would like to do that in one of these too, because it's such a fun song. Jam, okay. Someone asked me to jam, so that is usually what you guys ask, which is funny. Do I know theory and scales? Yes, I do. I went to school for guitar. I think that you can always know more, though. You know, I think my best thing is improvising, and I like to use my ear a lot, but I did learn both ways. But I think you never want to lose sight of one or the other. Like, I've had teachers that are so theory-driven and so that's all that they really care about. So, you know, I'll show them a song, or I would have back in the day, show them a song where I thought, you know, this one isn't theoretically correct, but it sounds better, and then I'd show them the one that was, and they always liked the one that was exactly theoretically correct because it actually bothers their ears. But, you know, when I would show people that didn't know the difference, they would always like the other one. So I think it's always a balance, you know, like Kurt Cobain and people like that weren't super theory driven. So there's an emotional aspect to music too. And just, I guess the rule of thumb is what's good is good, is what I think. But you should know your theory and your scales. It's very helpful. How fast can I shred? I don't know the exact number. Pretty fast, I think. Speed picking was always my easiest thing, which is weird. But I might be out of shred shape. But fairly fast, I think. I try. Every time you tune, I'm just talking. Well, Kevin, just in store for you, because this is a lesson, so there is talking. So that's weird, but I will play it right now. So for Kevin, who thinks that I only talk, we went over this riff. The first lick that he kind of does to introduce himself is he just goes on this A note. Go ahead on your fourth string. Can I do sweepsing bass style? Yes, I can. You guys, we're on the topic. Okay, so, and at the end of this, I will answer questions. So let me focus on these licks for now and show you guys what we've got. So the person that requested this gets everything that they wanted. Okay, so I slide into that note, just kind of hang out on it. And if you have an amp or a friend or someone that can play the backing for you, that's really helpful, or just jamming over the track. That's what I was doing earlier. So that's it, just sliding in and really letting it ring out. So again, that is the 7th fret, 4th string. Then he goes, I think that part's really cool. And I guess I would end actually on this part. So I'm sliding on the 12th fret to the 13th fret on the 1st string. So I'm going, it's really fast, very controlled. So anything with slides like that, it's not so hard, but it does require a lot of control, and it's really cool. I think it's something cool to throw into your own stuff. So just going. So try that if you can. So grabbing the 12th fret, 1st string, and just controlling it and sliding back and forth between 12 and 13. So just, you know. Hang out straight into our slide, but really fast. And try and do that in your own licks too. I think that's really cool. That's something that is cool to do. Right, let's see. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so after that, we are going to have an actual lick that is more of a sequence. Let's take a look at that. Let me let you guys can see the guitar okay and everything. And let's try that. So after this, we go. So it's not a strict sequence. Let's take a look at it. On the 15th fret, 1st string, I use my ring finger to my pointer to the 12th fret. You can use your pinky if you need to, but I'm going. So let's take this in parts to make it a little easier. 15, 12 on the 1st string. Then I use my ring finger or your pinky, whatever you want. I usually use my pinky if I have another note, but in this case, since I don't, it's so high up on the neck that I don't really need that pinky to get that extra reach, right? I can just do it. So let's try up to there. 15, 12 on the 1st string. Ring finger goes to the 2nd string, 15th fret, back to the 1st string, 12th fret. Down, up, down, up. Then we add in just a couple more notes, kind of making that sequence vibe. So 15, 12, 15 on the 2nd string, back to 12 on the 1st string, back to 15 on the 2nd string, back, or now to the 13th fret, 2nd string. And I was doing all alternate picking. Then I go again, 15, 13, 15. And I always like to practice things in parts. Sometimes if you take everything all at once, it can be a little overwhelming. So making sure that you really are focused on what you're doing and learning things the right way the first time. So that's my favorite part, is when he does that slide, and it's actually just up. So it goes like that. So putting all that together, it was everything we did and just adding a slide, only ascending, so going up from the 15th fret to the 17th fret. And remember, it's just one solid motion. So it just adds a lot of style to that lick. Let me see that you guys are okay. Cool. Well, thanks, David. Oh, thank you, J Finger Keys. That would be cool too. James suggested some ZZ Top. I love ZZ Top. I think that would be awesome. All right, let's see. What pickups are in this guitar? Just the stock pickups that came with this. ESP gave this to me right before we moved to Nashville, which is really cool. Okay, so let me finish that lick. Sorry, I got distracted by your guys' comments. So I do read the comments. Some people write them like I'm not reading them, but it is me that's answering you. All right, so right, so put that all together and slow it down. If you need to come back and rewatch this, remember it is on the YouTube channel, so youtube.com/guitar control. So let's one more time slow, and then we'll finish it. Right, and then that's the first time we actually come out of that little position. So I go, actually right here, sorry. So back. So even though it slides only up, I lift my finger back up to go to that note I used before. So 15, 13 on the second string. Then I kind of reach back here. So I take my ring finger and place it on the third string, 14th fret. And I go 14, 12, both on the third string. And then on the fourth string, 14 with my ring finger again, and then I lift my pointer up and grab that A note on the 5th string, 12th fret. So I think that phrase is really cool. And then just kind of hold that out for a second. All right, so let me know if you guys are having any trouble with all of that. I hope it's working out easy for you. And I'll show you a couple more of the licks. So for those of you that just tuned in, remember we have that cool rhythm part going along. And then we had hanging on our note. And then we had this cool slide. But, you know, keep it going. And then, that's what we have so far. What other kinds of guitars do I have? I'm sponsored by Menard Guitars, so I have a bunch of Menard guitars. So the other guitars you see me play a lot are Menard guitars. I have a custom that's really cool, and I have a 7-string Ibanez that I like a lot, and then I have this. I use this for teaching and my white guitar for teaching because the fret markers. But a lot of my guitars actually don't have fret markers. It doesn't bother me, but I know it is frustrating when you're learning off of someone that doesn't have them. All right, so the next lick, I'll play that all one more time, and then we'll go on to the next. So that you can see everything all right. Then we have kind of, a lot of these are really similar to blues licks too. So I kind of grab that triad again and I go. So like that. Sorry, I have to remember this song too. I just learned it today. So triad, grabbing the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string on the 10th fret, strumming all of them at once. Just for this like blues feel. Then I grab the 13th fret on the 2nd string, 10th fret on the 1st string, so ring finger to pointer. It's a whole step bend. And so if you're new with bends and stuff too, to test yourself with a bend, if it's a half step bend, you can pick the fret just right next to the note you are bending, and you can hear it, and then try to bend to that, and that's a half step. If it's a whole step, go 2 frets. So, for instance, here when I can test myself, or, so half, all. And that can help you determine what you're supposed to play. So, we do triad, super bluesy, but the way that he plays it and the tone that I have and stuff and the phrasing is what makes it sound kind of jazzy. So that's pretty cool. So triad. Oh, sorry. So 13 with my ring finger, pointer on the first string, 10th fret, sorry. And then bending 13, a whole step, and then just 10 on the first string, 13 on the second string, and with 10 on the first string. So we just finished the. That's right. All together. So awesome. Let's take a look at that. The next phrase is really easy too. And so what I want you guys to take away from this is just, what do you do like? You know, how do I hold my pick? I'll show you that in a second. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm not using a pedal board. So Pete said he wanted to see my pedal board. I'm actually not using one. I'm using Axe FX. You said the other guitars, I answered that. So I'm using Axe FX. I like fractal audio a lot. I have like 300 different amps available to me in there. I messed with my setting a little bit before we started, and that's my sound. And that's why I love these so much, is because if you do the foot switch, you can change between all your tones. You don't have a solid clean and everything, but since it's just one lesson in direct, I don't really need it right now. How do I hold my pick? Excuse me. I hold my pick just kind of similar to how you hold a pen. All the guitar books and everything always tell you to act like you're shaking hands with somebody, or holding an egg, and then kind of curving your hand. Place your pick so it's pointing whatever direction, if you're left or right, but away, right? And then place your thumb over. And then you can kind of adjust it accordingly. It's really similar to a pen, I think. So I kind of do that, but I guess without my fingers so far out. And adjust it to where you're comfortable. But the big thing for me is that my pick and my arm and everything are all in a line. So when I'm speed picking or doing anything, everything's in a line. And it's just all really neat and clean. But everything's just in a line. So for me, that's what really helps a lot. Okay, so our next lick, and this is from the YouTube version, so make sure you check that out too. And yes, subscribe to our channel. I don't think you can see right now. So subscribe to our channel too. All right, so the next lick after that, so we have our. Then it just goes. So 13, 12, 13. So first string, 13 to 12, and then 13 on the second string. And that's kind of similar to those Van Halen licks, or these bluesy licks, but I'm doing it here. I wouldn't really use 3 fingers, I guess, because, you know, it's only half step apart, 2 frets apart. So I'm rolling my finger, and I'm actually doing something called inside picking. So even though I'm still alternate picking, when you hear people say the term inside picking, it means you're picking inside the string. So even though you're still going, you know, up and down or down and up, well, in this case, it's up, down. Oh, no, it's down, up. So even though I'm going down, up, it's inside the strings, right? Outside would be outside of the strings, but I'm still alternating between a down and an up. So that's really cool. Hi, Todd from Michigan. All right, let's see how you're all doing, YouTube. And we're almost actually to the Q&A time. So Q&A, I can answer guitar questions or whatever questions you guys have. And let's see where we're at. Cool. All right. So let's try those two ending ones. Cool. I thought I lost you, YouTube. Sorry, I had to make sure you're still there. Cool. So the last one, we do our. And it kind of gradually slows down. Then it's just kind of a ghost slide. And that's what kind of makes this jazzy to me, is just these kind of sporadic moments. So I'm going just on the second string, sliding anywhere to ending on 13. I guess I would be going from about the 10th or 11th fret. So I guess I'd go from 11. And then that's how I'm going to end this phrase and end all the licks I'm showing you from this intro. Then we'll do our Q&A. I'll go over them all one more time. and well, I will see you next Tuesday. So every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, so we had our, and I'm just rolling, right? So on the first string, 13, 12, pull off, up. So it's down, pull off, up, down, pull off, up. You should feel like one nice solid movement. Right? So pull off, pick. So 13, pull off to 12, pick up on 13 on the second string. So first string to second string, gradually we slow down, and then just 13, 12. Then we slide to 13 on the second string to lead us into our next part. Then 13, 10. So that's how I end it. And I do these kind of quarter step bends, or that's what you call it when you just have a little like blues phrase, like little attitude bend. So 13, 10, 12, 10, 10. So 10 twice. Then on the fourth string, 12, pull off to 10, 12 on the fifth string, and then on the fourth string I do 12, 10. So I go, oops, sorry, I go. You just end on that note if you want to wrap this one up. But let's go over all that again really quick. So that's our rhythm, right? We start with just a slow note, fourth string, seventh fret, and then the fast bends on the first string, moving between 12 and 13. You could actually do that too, I guess, a trill. If you find the other version hard, so a trill, I'm just hammer on, pull off really fast. So I'm placing my finger down on 12. Or you kind of can choose what tone you like. I would say the slide is a little harder, but it is cool. It's a cool move. It's a kind of like a pro move to throw in, I think. But trills are too. Then we have our little kind of sequency run. So and I already went over those frets earlier, so if you really like that one, just make sure you rewind a little bit. Then we have our bluesy but yet jazzy lick. So our triad, our just strum. You hear that in a lot of blues stuff like that. So if you want to throw that in your own playing, it's just kind of like double stop. It just kind of fattens up that note. So, ready? So I went over that too actually. So 13, 12, 13, whole step bend, 10, 13, 10. And the phrasing is what really does it for this one. Then we just have our inside picking, then our bend, or sorry, our slide. So, our ending phrase. And that is most of the intro. Well, that is, I mean, it's a long, long song. So that's a lot of the intro. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and now I can do some of the Q&A. So, yes, youtube.com/guitar control. And this was East West from the Paul Butterfield Band. No? Okay. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and do our open Q&A. Send me whatever questions you guys have. I'll go down actually and see some of the questions that you did ask. Yeah, of course, Jason. I think there's a slight delay on Facebook too, so if you see me not answering your question, it's coming. And yeah, thank you guys. That was a really cool song choice. So whoever submitted that one, that's awesome. I'm glad we got to do it. Someone's asking about Ingve sweeping. Yes, I do like sweeping a lot. We haven't gotten that many sweeping questions. I don't even think we've done a sweeping lesson. That would be a very cool one to do. Um, what is it? Bigfoot by Alcatraz is a really good starting lesson too for sweeping, I think. So that I always show everyone when they're first starting. Or there's also that solo from Zach Wild, Miracle Man is pretty cool too. Anything with like 2 strings is always good to get started on sweeping because the movement of a sweep is a little bit difficult. Even though sweeping seems really easy, it is hard, but it gets easier. So I think that's a cool one. That might be a good suggestion. I made a suggestion. Or you can say if you like it or not. I think I did do the Ingve on the Viking one, but that doesn't have sweeping. But yeah, sweeping is hard because you have to match everything up. But it is really fun. And the bigger they get, the cooler. Thank you, Brandon. This guitar is awesome. This is a really cool ESP guitar. It's got a glitter finish, and yeah, they're really awesome. The guitar rep actually introduced me to my fiance, which is really cool. And my fiance Steven plays ESPs. His band's all endorsed by them, and they gave me one, so it was really cool. And it's a glitter top. They were trying to find someone that was metal and would play this guitar, and I guess I'm the only person. No, I'm just kidding. But they were trying to give it to someone that was doing shred stuff and would like a sparkle guitar, and I happened to be the fit. All right, well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to hang out for like about 5 more minutes. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. Other than that, thank you guys for the topics. I will be here every Tuesday and Thursday, so at 7 Central, the same time, going over the topics of your guys' choice. So thank you guys so much for sending those in. It's really helpful, and again, you'll see them from me on these live streams, or you'll see them the videos that we are putting up every day. So on our YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/guitarcontrol. Tons of free guitar videos from myself and other instructors. So make sure that you subscribe to that and click the bell to get those notifications. They go directly to your phone or your computer when we have a new video up. And also, like I was saying, there's playlists that are all the lessons that I've taught, or all the classic rock lessons, or all the lessons that Robert's taught, or John, or other teachers on the site. So make sure you check that out. And also check out our website, guitarcontrol.com. And thank you guys for making these cool. How often should somebody practice, in my opinion? It really depends on the person, and that's actually a question I get asked a lot when I'm teaching in person. So it really depends on the person. I think after a while, it also depends on what you're trying to get out of guitar. So for me, I never had my parents having to tell me to practice because I liked practicing, and I wanted to practice. But not everybody is like that, and I wasn't about that like that with everything that I did, because I loved guitar so much. That's what I wanted to do, and it was fun to me. And practicing, though, I guess is a different approach, because practicing I always enjoy, but I don't always think I'm going to enjoy it. So sometimes it takes me a while to sit down and actually do it. But I think as long as you make it fun for yourself and practice really smart, it depends on what you're doing. So for me, I try to practice really smart, which means I don't overdo stuff. Like if there's a part of a lick that's hard, I focus on it. So focused practicing. But I would say it really depends on the person and what you are practicing. But I would try, and where you're at in your life, if you're an adult and you don't have as much time to work and stuff, 30 minutes is a good goal. I think our brain can only retain new information for about 30 minutes, so 30 minutes is good. But even 15 minutes of concentrated practice, but I think it's the quality too. So if you're going to practice, just make it count. But hopefully that helps. But I also think you shouldn't have a lot of pressure too. If you miss a day or something, it's okay. Sometimes it's actually good for you, and then come back to it. But I would try your best, and I would aim for like at least 3 to 4 days a week. But I practice I play all the time, so I'm practicing all the time. Nikki notes, did you miss? Is this your topic on YouTube? If it was, it's okay. This will be on the channel, so you can check it out. But yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm on at 7 Central. So make sure you guys keep coming back and checking these out. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the topics too. Yeah, of course, Craig. So yeah, of course, as always, we'll do the 30-minute lesson and then about a 15-minute Q&A, and then I'll be back the next time. So this time, I'll be back Tuesday. Let's see. you like Glenn Tipton's playing. I don't know if I know who Glenn Tipton is, which is maybe not a good thing to say, but I'm sure I do. I like most people's guitar playing. I think there's cool things to find in everybody's. Oh, I do know who he is. Sorry, I googled it. Yes, I do like his guitar playing. I'm not always good at knowing everybody's name. You guys are so funny. There's actually a structure to this. So there are lessons, but yeah, I'll play. But I mean, there's a balance, people. Let's see. What gauge strings I use? I use 10s. I think that 10s is a good balance because 9s are, I used to use 9s, and then I use the hybrid ones, but I'm not sure I like the hybrid ones. So I use 10s, but depending on if I'm tuning down, I go up a gauge in strings. Not if I'm tuning down to D, but past D. What about tuning? Standard? So, okay, cool. 2 questions. So, what is the best scale to practice for a beginner? Pentatonic scale. There's a lot of people that have careers fully off the pentatonic scale, so I would definitely check that out. And the pentatonic scale is when people say like the Bach scale, it's just, in this case, I'll do E. So 12th fret, I go, and I always say like 1, 4, so fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Oh, sorry, 1, 4, 1, 4. So the high E and the low E are always the same. This is 1 to 4 or 12 to 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 15, and then again high E. So it's 1, 4, then 3, 1, 3s, then 1, 4, and then of course the same. And that's just a really awesome scale. What about tuning, standard or others? So Tony is asking me about tuning. It depends on what I'm playing. So for lessons, I'm in standard, but when I'm writing my own stuff, I'm usually tuned down at least a half step or more. And I do like my 7th string. All right. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Send in your topics. Yeah, of course, John. No problem. So send in your topics, and I will be back Tuesday at 7. And whoever sent this song in, thank you so much. It was a really cool song, and I enjoyed learning it and figuring it out for you guys. So this video will be up on our Facebook page, and it will also be up on our YouTube page. So make sure you go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/guitarcontrol. Check out our website, guitarcontrol.com. Remember, tons of free videos on our YouTube channel. So every day, at least 1 to 2 for myself and others. Send your requests in for anything you guys want from these live streams or those videos, and I will see you soon. All right, take care.